Look at updated COVID numbers in Michigan as U.S. health regulators authorize the first pill to treat the virus. The state is reporting 13,686 new cases over the past 2 days, about 6,800 per day. We've also lost another 392 lives to the virus. Meantime, the FDA authorized Pfizer's COVID pill, Paxlovid. It can be taken at home and is available to anyone age 12 and up who have mild to moderate symptoms. The U.S. government will buy enough Paxlovid to treat about 10 million people. And of course, COVID questions continue to come in, especially regarding the Omicron variant and the boosters.
Dr. McGeorge is here tonight to answer more of your questions, and we're going to start with one about antibody tests. Frank?
Yeah, Karen and Jason. So John asks, can someone get tested for antibodies to determine their resistance to COVID-19? Is there a numerical scale that doctors go by to measure a patient's strength against the virus? So John, antibody tests are really only useful at this point to screen for prior exposures or vaccination. At present, there is no number. It's technically called a titer that's done outside of research settings that's really an accepted marker of protection. Now here are some more of your questions.
Bill asks, if a person gets and recovers from the Omicron COVID strain, is that person then protected from Delta and original COVID? Infection by the virus, regardless of the variant, induces antibody protection against many different proteins on the coronavirus. That broad-based protection will provide coverage against other variants as well. The issue is that the degree and duration of the protection from an infection is not well known right now, so vaccination is also still recommended. Maria asks, with the Omicron variant having so many mutations making it so different from the Delta variant, is it possible for a person to get both variants at the same time? And can our vaccines and booster shots protect us against this? The technical answer to your question is yes, it is theoretically possible to get infected with two variants at the same time, but that's generally going to be unlikely since you're most likely to be infected by a single individual who would most likely only have one variant replicating in their body. The vaccines won't specifically protect you against an infection by multiple variants simultaneously, but it will protect you from an infection in general. A viewer asks, I've had first and second vaccine, which were Pfizer, and just scheduled booster to be Moderna. Is it better to have all of the same vaccine or better to have two different ones? That's really a matter of personal choice at this point. The best reason in my mind to get a different vaccine as a booster is to give your immune system exposure to a broader range of formulations in order to better train it.
Now finally, a viewer named Victor asks, I'm in Arizona. Would I be better off staying here for several weeks rather than going back to Michigan? So Victor, I assume that you're asking because of COVID and not the weather. It is true that as a state, Michigan is in a larger surge right now than Arizona, but in fact, you really need to consider the counties that you're going to be in specifically. Back to you.
Yeah, I think we can all answer that question for Victor, Doc. Stay right where you're at.
Stay warm, please. It's starting to get cold.
Play a little golf while you're there, too.
Thank you, Doc.